Become a channel member and support the content. You also get access to exclusive videos. You'll get an emote next to your name in the comments. The link for that can be found next to the subscribe button or in the description. And if you'd rather get your coins direct rather than roll the dice with FIFA points, head to u7buy.com and at checkout use the code TVM for a discount. The link can be found down below. What is going on, guys? Tim here. Welcome back to a brand new player review. We are going to talk about Nick Pope's inform. A lot of you are going to be expecting overpowered claims and me saying that he is the best goalkeeper since, well, the base one, but not so much. We're going to have a general discussion about goalkeepers today as well, not just Nick Pope, because talking for 8 minutes about Pope is going to get a little bit repetitive. In terms of stats, 83 diving, 84 handling, 78 kicking, 86 reflexes, 51 speed, which is not particularly great, and 85 positioning. I mean, on paper, this card is fine. Nothing wrong with it. But realistically, it shouldn't be better than your Alisson, Ederson, Neuer, and Courtois, and Lloris, and all the other goalkeepers, because it's still not as high rated as those goalkeepers, despite the fact that he is an 84 rated inform that a lot of people want to pick up, and he's around 50,000 coins, and that's no reflection on the fact that he's an 84 rated inform. It's just that people assume that because the base card was quote-unquote overpowered, not that I really saw it myself, that they just assume that this is going to be one step further again. I'm here to tell you that goalkeepers, just by definition really in FIFA, act differently for everyone. So you can use Pope, let's just talk about the base card for a second. You can use Pope's base card and think that he is the best goalkeeper in the game, and many people do. And many people use him because he's 6'7", he's very, very cheap, and he, quote-unquote saves everything, right? But then there's other people who can use Pope, and he doesn't save anything, and I'm one of those people. The base card for me didn't really do anything that my Alisson or my Ederson couldn't do. And in fact, I was thinking several times during this review, I think Ederson would have saved that. I think Alisson would have saved that. Pope, unfortunately for me, hasn't been the second coming of Jesus that he has been for other people. Got a good defence in front of him. I'm not a terrible player. I mean, I'm not claiming to be good, but I'm not terrible. You will see some shoddy defending, and that's because we were playing co-op in Rivals for a little bit of the review. I think the first half of the clips are going to be him in Rivals and co-op, and of course it's difficult to defend in co-op. You just sort of launch people all over the place. Try our very, very best to sort of stay disciplined, but unfortunately there comes a point where you just pull people out of position and the opposition can walk through you. But this was probably his best moment during the co-op session that we had. Every other time our opponents had a shot, and I'm not even talking like had a good shot, just had a shot on target, it would go in. He didn't save anything. We played maybe 6 games, 5-6 games in Rivals, and I think I remember once he made a save, and that was the sort of really unorthodox, weird clip that you saw at the very beginning. Everything from then on was just, well, it doesn't matter where they shoot from, it's going to go in. I mean, ball's played out wide here to Iron Robin, he gets in. Okay, it's questionable defending, sure. He has to go all the way back out to Llorente. He gets a ball through. I mean, it's a goal, and maybe Ederson or Alisson, Neuer, Courtois, whoever, wouldn't have saved it. But for me personally, I feel like another goalkeeper may have done better in that situation. And it's the same there, and it's the same in the next clip and the next clip. I'm not saying he should have saved every single one of them. No way. No goalkeeper is going to be that good in this game. But I just feel like he should have saved maybe 1 or 2 of them. That one, I mean, it's fair enough. Keeper comes out. You're going to get lobbed in this game. It's just one of those things that happen. You can't really avoid it. But you tell me whether you think a goalkeeper should be making maybe 1 or 2 more saves than he does. Unfortunately, I mean, he gets the sort of rushes out and gets the ball, kind of. He doesn't really, it sort of bounces away from him. He's not bad at rushing out. Hey, look, a save. He's not bad at rushing out, considering his speed isn't particularly great. Just a side note, don't take penalties with him. My partner decided that it would be a good idea to take a penalty. He was wrong. He really was wrong. Oh, look, another save. Anyway, I'm not here to tell you that this card is awful, because it's far from it. I mean, for you, this card honestly might be the second coming of Jesus. I couldn't tell you, because it's down to how he plays for you, right? And it's been the same in FIFA for generations. Some goalkeepers will be unbelievable. Other goalkeepers will just not be that great. And it's the same situation every single year. You're going to have to try and test it. But I mean, in that situation, should he be making a save? In my honest opinion, I think so. This was a novelty. Free kick, bang, he actually made a save. Honestly, every time he made a save, I was like, did he honestly just make a save there? Did he seriously just make a save? Like, I was in shock when he actually made one. And that's my experience personally. And I say my experience, I guess you can say that it's a double whammy, because now we're in solo. And now we're using my Nick Pope. We were using my co-op partner's Nick Pope when we were doing Rivals, and now we're on my account, me playing by myself in friendlies, and we're using my Nick Pope. And to be honest, he played a little bit better. He made a few more saves. He didn't make as many mistakes. He didn't concede as many goals. You could argue that it's down to the way that I defend versus the way a co-op team would defend. You could argue that, absolutely. But at the same time, I've noticed far more. I mean, look at that. You've seen more saves in those 4 or 5 clips. And he's only conceded 1 in this game. But you've noticed more saves in those 4 or 5 clips than you did in the entire co-op session. So is it down to the fact that he's just better for me on my account rather than the other account? Or is it that, you know, the shots are not as good from not as nice an angle, if you will? I don't know. And that's the weird thing about this. It's very difficult to review a goalkeeper. I don't really like reviewing goalkeepers. I thought it would be an interesting one to take a look at, though, because Pope is so overused. In all honesty, I would rather use the base card. And I get that sometimes with outfield players as well. The inform doesn't feel as good, or doesn't do something that the base card does. And it happens quite often, actually, more often than you'd think. So it could be the case for the inform. I would very much like some feedback on this. Do you think, if you've used both, do you think the base card is better than the inform? Or do you think the inform is just head and shoulders better than the base card? Couldn't really feel like there was any sort of negative to say about him. You know, for me personally, it's not a goalkeeper that I'll ever use again. Not a goalkeeper that I enjoyed using, because I had absolutely zero faith in his ability. But for other people, he might be completely different. He might be a player that you want to pick up and say, look, this is my keeper for the rest of the game. Jack Butland was a very similar situation a few years ago. Nick Pope actually had a FUT birthday card last year, didn't he? Was he like 5-star skills or something? I doubt they'll do exactly the same thing again, but I wouldn't rule out a special Nick Pope card in the future. But let me know. Does he perform for you? Does he not? Do you like the base card? Does the base card perform for you? It'd be interesting to read those comments. If you have enjoyed this review, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Join the Betting Rebellion and find out what your football knowledge is really worth.